What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. This is not going to be an easy topic, so let's just get into it. You know, since I started doing these videos, I have made the best effort, the strongest attempt to give you the world of ride sharing, at least from my perspective, in as real a way possible. I don't pull any punches. I try to avoid being too negative, but nevertheless, I'm not going to be overly optimistic when the situation does not call for it. Having said that, throughout the comments on many of my videos through this week, there has been folks referencing a Lyft driver that has come up missing in Florida. And I just give you my perspective because folks have been asking for it. Here's the news story.
First tonight, a developing story in Palm Beach Gardens. The family of a 74-year-old Lyft driver is desperate to find him. He mysteriously disappeared on Monday, but his car has actually been traced to cities across Florida. WPTV's Cameron Eppinger joins us now live with what he's learned. Cam.
Yeah, honey, I spoke with Gary Levin's daughter by phone. She lives in New Jersey, and she tells me her dad has been driving Lyft for the past 5 years. And for him to disappear like this is very alarming. Family members of Gary Levin are on a desperate search to find him.
For him to completely go off the map is that's not at all normal.
His daughter, Lindsay DeBetta, says the 74-year-old Lyft driver was scheduled to pick up a customer shortly before 1:30 Monday afternoon. She's still trying to figure out the exact location, but says he was driving his red 2022 Kia Stinger with a Florida license plate.
Again, we don't know if he actually picked up the person, if he picked up the person and it was completed, or what happened.
Lindsay says his car was spotted by highway sensors in multiple cities throughout Florida, including Miami, Okeechobee, and most recently, Gainesville. Still, no sign of Gary or his phone.
We kind of don't believe that he's with the car. Why would he be driving around with then his phone being off?
According to a statement from police, he's about 5'7", weighs 170 pounds, has gray hair and brown eyes. Police also say he has made no threats to harm himself, and he has no known medical conditions.
It just doesn't make any sense that the car is being driven around and we haven't heard anything from him.
Now, Lindsay says she and her family are still waiting for more information to be released from Lyft, her dad's cell phone company, Verizon, and Kia. In the meantime, if you believe you have seen him or his car, you're urged to pick up the phone and call the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. We're live tonight in Palm Beach County. I'm Cameron Eppinger, WPTV News Channel.
74 years of age in a 2022 Kia Stinger. For the most part, a brand new vehicle. Those are very nice whips. I mean, you're talking $50,000 car. This is what I'm talking about, folks. I said in other videos, when you're driving, when you're engaging in rideshare, do not look like food. If you look like food, you increase the likelihood that somebody's going to try to eat you. A $50,000 car, 5'4" or 5'7", or however the height of this guy, gray hair, 74 years of age. Like I said, try your best not to look like food when you're out here. So what happened to this guy? So what do you think? Where do you think this guy is at? Totally missing. You see his daughter in the news story. It's unlikely for her dad to just disappear like that. Well, listen, folks, this is not an episode of Weekend at Bernie's. They're not taking this guy around. I've done many videos showing you all over the country. Right now, Baltimore and New Orleans in particular are hot spots for carjacking. This happened in Florida. However, as the story stated, his vehicle has been seen on highway and traffic cameras from as far as Miami, Okeechobee, all the way on up to Gainesville. I believe Gainesville and Miami are literally hundreds of miles apart, like 350, 400 miles apart. So clearly his car has been taken. He's clearly been carjacked. And in all likelihood, not trying to give you some kind of false hope, false premise, they took his car and discarded the remains. meaning the driver. That driver, if you have to ask me, in my personal opinion, has met a tragic ending. So I don't want to come across as, giving folks false hope and optimism and, they got them tied up in a basement or somewhere. Now, they don't have time to deal with that. So it's very unfortunate in this case. Most likely his remains will be discovered by a citizen somewhere out walking through somebody's lawn or something like that. But it really sucks. It really sucks to have to, discuss a story like this, because at the end of the day, they're preying upon us. If you are a rideshare driver, Uber, Lyft, whatever you're dealing with, you're putting strangers in your car day in and day out, and there are a host of them that do not mean us any good. They're literally preying upon us. And it's almost like, as you could order a pizza, you can literally dial up a car to carjack, because the person that's coming to pick you up is, for the most part, open to letting strangers in their vehicle, and that's no better place to stick someone up than already inside the vehicle. People can be walking around you and not even know what the hell's going on. So we are being preyed upon in numerous cities across the country, particularly in these urban areas. And last but not least, you see the family is still saying they're waiting to get information from Lyft. I just want to point this out, folks. If something happens to you, the first and foremost focus of Uber or Lyft is to prevent liability. Helping the law enforcement officials solve the case, that's a distant second. They're trying to avoid liability, meaning they do not want your family to be able to prove that they put a bad actor in your vehicle. That's going to result in liability, huge lawsuits, insurance, and things like that. So it's not uncommon to see law enforcement. I've posted other videos where police officers were actually trying to solve a damn murder, and they were complaining that Uber, for instance, was difficult to reach. Their safety team was not responding to them and things of that nature. So understand, these ride-sharing companies do not have your best interest at heart if something happens to you. They're trying to defend their corporations against liability first, and then if they can successfully do that, they'll work with authorities. What do you folks think? My veteran drivers out there in particular, have you had characters in your vehicle where you were fearful something like this would happen? I tell you guys in all of my videos, I don't care if you're looking a passenger in the face that's walking to your vehicle. If you feel like there is any threat to your safety, drive off. This has been a disheartening video. I didn't want to really talk about this, but folks in the comments were asking. I don't believe the outcome is good, folks. It is your boy Tim. Subscribe to the channel as always. I'll see you in the next video.